So it's been a while since I recorded my last video. I never know why people leave their dog waste. I would suggest they take it home, but I suppose it's fine to leave it there. Yes, it's been quite a long time since I recorded my last the other word thoughts. I've been of a mind to do something much more practical, and I think that's one of the reasons why I bought the GoPro that I'm currently wearing. Not only integrate nature more into these videos, but also to do some kind of, again, art project that is much more practical in nature and make something of a difference in the environment, as opposed to just sitting and writing. I've been watching a lot of nature exploration videos recently, and urban exploration videos as well. The sheep are blocking my path. I've been watching a lot of exploration videos, tree climbing videos, videos in which experienced climbers scale buildings and whatnot. And let's just say that my desire to get messages across and my project, the art project that I've spoken about a variety of times on the channel, has kind of melded with this desire to do something more practical and active. And my frustrations with writing and the status quo, other personal issues as well. And admittedly, I keep thinking it'd be a good idea to do something much more radical. That sheep is limping, it looks like. I'll give it some space. I would like to go my usual route, sheep. But yes, the Chiltern Hills. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. Lucky enough to live very close to a variety of hills and valleys and many, many woodlands. Black sheep there. Ah, we have a problem. I would like to get down here. Making my way through. Well, I certainly did not expect that for today's video. But yes, always striving to be grateful, to cultivate gratitude for living in such a place as this. And that really brings me on to the subject of discussion. It returns me to the subject. No matter what I write, it's just text. It's so ineffectual, so again, slow, laborious, tedious, and I want to do something else. And of course my art project, which I've called various names such as The Gate and Thither and Toward That Place and whatnot, I've wanted to rekindle my art skills by making, for example, little doorways I can leave in urban areas with messages inside telling people perhaps to look outward towards nature in the past, or even to look backwards towards the past. I've thought about constructing archways, gateways out of branches and placing them on high. I've thought about a variety of different options, writing signs and placing them in niches and all sorts of things. It's a subject of a video that I made quite a while ago now. But that in itself, that's a lovely yew tree. That in itself is, again, it doesn't feel like it's helping in some way. And what I'm kind of skirting around here is this feeling that I would like to make a change in a more radical way. The problem is that all of the ideas that I'm thinking about are in some way could be thought of as criminal, and of course I don't want to go down that route. And I have somewhat of a low opinion of radical activist types who are more keen to destroy than to create. People like Just Stop Oil and Extinction Rebellion, their message might be admirable, but I don't think their methods are. And I can sympathise with them. I just think that they're going out of your way to disrupt people and to destroy beauty, and for what? It's not the way to go. So if I was to do some kind of art project that makes some kind of, there's a dog down there, makes some kind of difference, it would either be that more positive approach of creating things in the environment, beautiful art objects or structures that change people's perception in some way. But admittedly, I've been thinking more about that destructive path. But when I think of destruction, I think of removing ugliness from the landscape, not removing beauty. And so the reason I'm thinking about this as well is that I recently finished Michel Serres' book Malfeasance, Appropriation Through Pollution. That book, Malfeasance, it talks about appropriating the environment, man appropriating his environment, the horrors of advertisements, and how they clog up the landscape, and they make the pleading things of the world cry out for attention. The world is being hidden from us, and so why do we not have the right to react in some way? Why can't we take action to remove advertisements? You could, for example, scale a building and hide it with a black cloth, or more radically destroy the advertisement. But again, there's that sense of, well, it's a criminal act, I suppose. I've been reading about various projects, acts of civil disobedience, I suppose. I believe there was one in France a group teamed up to hide electronic billboards, or not billboards, but installations on the streets. Things like that are interesting. So much noise. This is the cutting in the Chilterns, the motorway. Caused a great deal of consternation. Cutting right through a national nature reserve. Writing is enough, or should be enough, and yet at times, not quite. These are the juniper bushes, protected. Juniper, of course, a very rare species. The Chilterns is known for its juniper communities. I was going to do my dissertation on juniper until I decided on carrion beetle. But of course, it's not just advertisements, it's the proliferation of all kinds of inhuman buildings in our built environment. Piercing glass towers, glass shop fronts, artless exercises in technical proficiency, drab concrete blocks with no natural motifs, just hemming us in, blocking out the more than human world. And of course I'm very much aware of the fact that I'm standing right here saying this, but I do feel for those that live in major urban conurbations. I'm honestly quite surprised that more people don't react. People do react, but in my opinion, the wrong way. They, again, destroy the good as a comment on the loss of the good, which is illogical to me. I've mentioned this multiple times, but certain groups, certain people they view the world in a quite illogical way. If the world is ugly, then our surroundings should be made uglier, which is absolute nonsense. And I'm still trying to wrap my head around that, and I'm not sure that I ever will be able to. Until next time, everyone.